The Ecamm fam. Ecamm fam is the name of the jam. This is a jam with the Ecamm fam. Ecamm fam is the name of the jam. This is a jam with the Ecamm fam. This is a jam with the Ecamm fam. It's a jam with the Ecamm fam. Ecamm fam is the name of the jam.
Hold it, stop the music!
Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen!
Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen.
Can I please have your attention?
Now it's showtime. Are you ready? Are you ready for start time?
Let's find out. Ready, let's go.
When new people pop up.
Boom, every people, we are live. Guess what, guys? I'm here. And does it hurt? Abso-freaking-lukey. Lukey, see? Trust me, it hurts already. We're not going to talk about that. I'm going to sit here in pain and do this show with a smile on my damn face because, you know me, I have zero time for you guys and your excuses, so I didn't make one either. I just had knee surgery on Friday. I'm sitting here today in pain doing the damn show. So I couldn't do my content because I was busy. Shut up. You got no excuse. Anyway, let's go. Hey, what is up, Jeff and Stephanie?
What's up?
Steph, you know I was
Doc, I
didn't
know you were in pain. I didn't know you were in pain.
Yeah, I had knee surgery Friday, and Katie was like, "Are we going to change the thing?" I'm like, "Nope, we're doing it. We're doing it in pain. So a couple drugs, we can do this." You guys never see me do a show special-ated. I'm special now. Anyway, first of all, you guys who haven't had an opportunity to meet Jeff is cool as the other side of the pillow. What is up, Mr. Jeff? How are you doing?
What's up? It's so good to be here with both of you. It's you guys are both awesome. Thanks for letting me hang with you guys. Appreciate it.
Of course.
Hey, this is amazing. Okay, so we're going to be talking about Jeff's program, which is awesome. You know, this is something that came to my head last night when I was thinking about this. And it could have totally been the painkillers.
Could have been the Vicodin, but go ahead. Yeah.
Exactly.
Hey, let's do a sponsored show, but on painkillers.
You know, I feel weird calling. I get it. It's a program. But for my brain, I have a weird problem calling web things an application, but it is an application. Like even like you're calling me on our internal interview application, which is still an application, but my brain just doesn't wrap my head around that. What do you call it? Service?
I call it a platform.
There you go. I like that.
It does a bunch of things. I call it a platform. I think
right,
something that does something
with.
specific is a tool. Not a tool, like a tool, like, you know, in the good way. Not like you're a tool, but like a tool does a specific thing. And this does this. This is a plethora of tools, so I call it a platform.
I like that. I like that. A platform. I also like application suite or tool suite. Those are good ones back in the day. All right, see, we're getting our marketing on because we brought in, if you guys don't know, the queen of marketing. It's Stephanie. I was going to put that in the bottom, but it didn't fit. So I just put entrepreneur. I was going to put queen of marketing, but I was like, not enough space.
All good. All good. We're here to answer questions.
All right, gang. So we're going to be talking about Stampede Social. I was watching Stephanie one night, you know, doing one of her random streams, as we tend to do. It's like, hey, I'm testing this out. And Stephanie, myself, Mary Lou, you know us, we'll test out stuff live just because. And she's like, I'm testing this new thing out live. And in the process, she said, "Oh, Emma, we have two Emma Garcias, by the way, mine and hers. hers. She
I
was
have an Emma too.
yeah. Oh, that's right. That's right. I forgot about that. We did this.
My
We had
daughter's
this
Emma
conversation.
also. Yeah.
That's so amazing. And I'm watching this show last night with Kelly Cuoco called Role Play, and she's also Emma in that show. Anyway, Stephanie was like, "Oh, she's making potato pens, and if you want to buy one, all you have to do is type PIN. I say pen, and people say I don't understand. Pin, whatever, man. It's the same thing. Anyway, so
Yeah.
you just type it into the comment on the Instagram live feed, and like a couple seconds later, I got a DM from Stephanie. Go straight to the Etsy store, and you could buy stuff from Emma. And I was like, hold up,
Yeah.
Willis, how do you do that? Okay, so what do you do to explain?
I'll explain. Yeah, so it was so cute too because my daughter, she's only 8, but she turns 9 in like 2 weeks, right? And so she's really into arts and crafts. And I was like, baby, let's show people what it is that you do. And so I was showing everyone, as Doc was saying. And then I loved on the back end that I was just able to set up Stampede just like on a whim, right? It wasn't even like pre-planned. It was like, oh, Doc wants to check it out. And Dan Roth wanted to check it out. And I was like, okay, cool. So I just set it up right then. And then within like 5 seconds, boom, people were able to access it. And I loved it because she was like, wow, Mom, like people are really interested, which got her really hyped up. I don't know if you guys have like little ones that want to be entrepreneurs too, but she was definitely like, oh, wow, I am motivated. I would make more little potato pins. Yeah, she was digging it.
I can give Emma a special Stampede social rate for young entrepreneurs. I'm so jealous that your daughter is that age because it's like my Emma, who was in front of the camera first. She's about to go to law school, so she's a little older. But if I said to her the other day, I went up to have dinner with her, and I was like, my greatest regret is that you aren't 8 right now. I go, because we would have made a fortune on TikTok.
Yeah.
Right? Oh my God. I think about that too, right? Like kids that are like super smart, and it's like, oh my God, you would have been prime for TikTok. Man, I wish I was 8 now just because my knees wouldn't hurt.
Hey, I'm sure we could probably use AI, like some age filter. I actually created this fake TikTok account where I use like the age filter where I look like an older version. I look like my mom, but I actually say nice things because everyone has like the Asian parent trauma. So I say things like, you did a good job.
That's super funny. Yeah, that's not going to happen. This I know.
That's funny.
Dude, I tell everybody, like, you know, as a multilingual kid, I really thought my name was Pablo until my brother explained to me what that means. Because my Korean mom used to call me Pablo all the time. It's like, oh, that's such a sweet name. No, it's not. You stupid. Anyway, all right, so let's take a look at Stampede Social. I'll speak English. I'm going to pop over to Jeff's screen real quick. Actually, I'll do mine first because I have it as just what it looks like when you get there. First of all, there's this cool lady on the front page.
That's so awesome though, because I will tell you, Jeff, like people have like screenshotted it and sent it to me like, hey, I saw you. And I was like, hey, that's me. So it works.
But you know, here's a funny thing about it. Normally, when you're trying to take a shot like this for a product, like you're posing for a picture, I can almost guarantee this picture was just pulled out of a stream because I had the exact same face when I first signed in and I set it up. My face did the same thing. So, first of all you people who love to be like, I can't do this. This is going to be hard. Freaking possible. Okay. When I turned my account on, I did it in the conference under crappy Wi-Fi, sitting in the chair while Jeff C was supposed to be talking. Don't tell Jeff I say that. It literally took like seconds. And here's the part that was so bad. So Jeff and Katie are sitting behind me, and I went, holy.
Yeah, Doc turns around. He's like, look what I did. And I'm like, amazing. So he was so proud.
It was so mind-blowing, Jeff, because it's that
he got
quick.
an automated DM.
It's so easy to use.
It's crazy.
It's one of those things where what you see is what you get. Like you're like, I want to do this, and then in a matter of like a minute, like boom, you're hitting the ground running and getting people what it is that they want without having to like beta test this and that. It's just like you hit the ground running.
It was kind of crazy how quick that it worked. Okay, so basically, in a nutshell, Jeff, explain. Thank you, Eden. Nobody can read that but us, so would you stop that? It's all right. So you say built for creators by creators. Like, what was your thought process? And sort of let's explain to folks what Stampede does.
Okay, well, built by creators for creators. So one, I'll start with I'm a creator. So that's I'm a podcaster, but I've also always kind of just tinkered in the world of doing things and bringing things to life. So in that sense, that's my mind frame. A lot of the times in the companies that I've worked with or the past projects that I've done, it's been creating things or software or apps to help people do things more efficiently, better, or in ways that they didn't think of doing it before. And so that's always kind of been my thing. I wish I had Stephanie's superpower, which was I could just go online, say, type in this link, and then make a ton of money doing a webinar where everyone wants to hear what I have to say. I wish I also had that superpower, but
you can though. You just need Ecamm.
I can, and that'll be a different thing. But my superpower is like I'm in the Invincibles. I'm the one who makes the costumes.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
what was her name?
Edith.
Edith.
And so Stampede Social comes from my love of first of all, my love of social media stemmed from being a stand-up comic. So I've been doing stand-up comedy for 20 years. So originally was kind of obsessed with Twitter. I was an OG. I had a real verified check, not the one that people pay for now. And I was very proud of that. And that's why I don't have it anymore, because I won't pay for it. And we originally kind of built all this technology and stuff on Twitter and then moved it to Instagram. When I was at Little Caesars, I worked at on their digital side and in their corporate marketing side as well. So I was able to work with agencies and see what people were doing and the types of campaigns that they would run on Instagram, various types of campaigns, user-generated content campaigns, use this hashtag, tag us, giveaways, comment below, a variety of things in addition to automations. I mean, not even automations. And so I realized that it's easy to put all these things in motion, but it's impossible to manage and measure them along the way. And so with Stampede Social, we kind of took all those things on this platform and we kind of fixed all that. And we basically created all the features for Instagram that you wish they had. And that's what Stampede Social is.
I absolutely love it. They always say in business, right? Solve a problem that you need to solve for yourself. And in a way, I mean, you kind of did that, because as a creator, if you have the problem, trust me, all the other creators have the problem or very similar problems, or maybe they didn't even know they have it yet because they didn't even think of what the possibility. But it's kind of like you can't remember when we were kids, Jeff, they had the stuff, it came in a tube and then you put it on the end of the straw and you blow your brains out trying to get it super elastic bubble plastic.
Yeah, like the big thing, and they had that smell.
Yeah, it smelled horrible.
It's
right?
chemical.
Right now.
In a way, when you discover a thing that's missing from the environment or the social environment, it's similar to super elastic bubble plastic. You cannot get it back in a tube, first of all. And then only like 6 people in the world have figured it out. But then once you get the secret and you learn, you got to just make sure it's pinched on the straw real good, twirl it around while you expand it. It expands, and you make these really cool little balls that we used to buy from the grocery store in that big basket for $1. Anyway, yes,
You go to Seafood City for that.
Yes, Seafood City. Oh my God, dude, I can't believe you guys both know what super elastic bubble plastic is. That was my favorite thing.
Oh my God, I can smell it right now. That's the crazy thing
Yeah.
about it. I can literally smell it now, like as you said it, because it had that very distinct smell, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and so you've triggered my brain in a good way.
Thank you. All right, so let's take a look. This is Jeff's screen of his Stampede Social in the back, and you can see he has all these cool. I'd listened to Eliana Douglas. I listened to that show.
That was good, wasn't it?
That was very good. That was very good.
Yeah, she's really good. Do you want me to kind of? I can take you through like a slide that is. Can you see that? Can you see this presentation?
Yes, can.
Yep.
Okay, sorry, I lost you guys. But so basically right now, this is what happens, right? If you see this this piece of content, in this case it's a podcast, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna go to the link, I'm gonna go to the profile, then I'm gonna click the link in bio, and then blah 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 blah, blah, right? And then it's like you're 4+ clicks away from being anywhere near that content. Right. So with Stampede Social, though, what you do is you stop. So I want to get on people to the Charlie Day episode. So in this example, you create a call to action, Charlie Day, and then you send them wherever you want to send them. The link can be an Etsy page, like we talked about earlier, Chartable link, your web page, whatever you want to do. You hit start campaign, and that's it. It's now works. Hashtag Charlie Day. You put that in your call to action. People start commenting, and then the automated DMs that get created, start to do magic on your site also, because it's now all organic engagement. So you're pumping it up that way, and then it naturally kind of expands. But here's the cool thing. When you click on that link that gets sent to you, it takes you wherever you put it in the URL in the previous screen that I showed you. What's really, really unique about that particular URL is I know I sent that link to Doc, and then when Stephanie asked for it, I know I sent that link to Stephanie. I know why I sent it to each of you, because you use this hashtag. I know which post you responded to, and I know if you clicked on it, how many times you clicked on it, and then once you go to it, right? So, and then over time, if Stephanie requests a bunch, and if Doc also requests the Ileana episode, over time, I now have a database of not only the most popular content that's being requested, but also who my top fans and engagers are. And I can see everything that my top fans have requested and the things that are resonating most with the audience. And I can take it backwards a level as well to which posts or reels are generating those, the most actual conversions.
That's a big one. I don't know if you people caught that. Everybody back the bus up. Listen, make sure you caught that. If you are sharing this, and okay, so like for instance, I was doing a live stream and I was showing folks that you can go vertical live stream to both Insta and YouTube at the same time. However, we all know that the best live streaming experience for the audience is on YouTube, just because the platform is very mature and they know what the heck they're doing. Meta, not so much. So what I had was, if I was doing the show and people wanted to come to the YouTube side, all they had to do was drop in hashtag live in the comments, and I was sending them the link to the YouTube video. So if you are doing, oh, Rich, I see your question. I got to answer for that, but I'll let Jeff answer it. If you're doing your show and you want to see what reels are converting, very, very powerful for someone like Rich, because Rich works in promos and can share this kind of thing. Do you have a white label situation, Jeff?
No.
Okay, good. Never mind. It was just a question.
Not currently, but here's the thing. When I talk about creators built by creators, we also talk about being built at the speed of creators.
Yes,
right. So people are like, Jeff, you use hashtags. We want to just use it as a keyword. So we're going to roll that out this week to some people to beta test it, just make sure it all works. And then you'll be able to do either or.
Yeah, because strangely enough, some people still don't know what a hashtag is after 30 years.
So, well, yeah, people, they leave it off and stuff like that. So try to make people like Stephanie's lives easier. And so, but it's those kind of things too. When people, one of the cool things about Stampede Social is, and it's a robust enterprise solution. I mean, this thing is tough, and built well. But we are able to move quick when our creator base has suggestions or tweaks that can help make it or move it forward and make their lives easier. So That's one of the cool things. At the bottom of every page, it says send feedback. And we're always, that's how we, I mean, we come up with amazing ideas on our own, but we love amazing ideas from the people that use it.
Dude,
Because,
Ecamm is all community built, basically. Well,
Right.
Ken and Glenn built it.
you
Yeah.
Community,
you know all that.
community asked for
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, and
It's
we'll
community-led.
make pins. We'll
Yeah.
make pins, Stampede social pins.
So here's what's cool, people. So like if you're doing your bunch of reels, right, you're trying to see which ones worked by telling people to activate off a particular keyword or particular hashtag. You can see which of your reels are actually working, and then you can double down on that while you're doing a promotion, right? So this is really cool. So Rich has a good question, and Rich, I would tell you my answer, but I'm gonna let Jeff answer it first. How is this different, better than Minichat?
Great question. Fair question. So I think one is the speed of which you're allowed to set up and can set up a campaign. Meaning when the image that I showed you, that is how easy it is. And when you set it up, it automatically works on all 5 areas, meaning DM, comment on story, comment on Instagram Live, or a post or a reel right out of the gate. So we simplified not having to do long kind of, this goes this and then this does this type thing, and varies in the individual threads. Also, I would say that, like I was saying earlier, the automation is just one piece of what we do. And so collectively as a creator, we wanted to create a robust platform that does a lot of other things, which I'm sure we'll talk about in a couple of seconds. It's just usually the automation thing is what, yeah. And then you're like, oh, and it also does all this. And so that's, I'll let Stephanie or, they both have used both products so they can speak to it as well.
Yeah, I'll definitely say, I mean, as far as ease of setup, so easy to do. I mean, there are times where I'm unboxing something and then Doc will ask, I'm like, oh, well, let me just do this. Because if he's asking this, then everyone else is probably going to ask too. And then, as you know, with like Ecamm, you could do like a text overlay and say comment #live and then redirect them to where it is that they need to do. I mean, my favorite thing about it is that the messages come through your DMs. And so I could always go back and follow up with Rich and say, hey, Rich, did you get it? Or what questions do you have? Or at least now I start to have an idea of who was tuning into the show. And then I could start watching their stories, engaging with them. So I'm actually building more rapport with them versus them feeling like a bot is trying to slide into their DMs.
100%. And for me, Rich, again, you weren't here yet. I was sitting at a conference and we're waiting for Jeff to start speaking. I opened up Stampede Social. I connected it to Instagram. I created my first campaign all in under, I want to say like 45 seconds on crappy conference Wi-Fi. Main chat don't do that, fam. Like it just doesn't. And I know Jeff is nice, and he's like us. He's not going to talk bad about his competition. Yo, I've had Minichat for years, and it is not that simple. So much so that one of our friends made an entire business out of showing people how to use something that shouldn't require showing people how to use.
I'll also say, and kind of Stephanie was talking about this as well, is we collect all the comments that come in for posts, reels, and the Instagram Live events. So when you're building a database of who your top fans are, it's those collective things, not just the DMs. That's part of it as well, if the automations. So when you're on Instagram Live and you're getting people to communicate with you, you're capturing that information and building a real nice picture of who your fans are. So we haven't even gotten into some of the other post-level giveaways built in and user-generated tracking and engagement tools that you can use as well. But the other piece is, and if you're a data geek, I think this is important, is that the way we store the information is very specific. And the URLs that we create when we send a DM, this I think is probably the main difference. The URLs that we create when you get that DM is specific to the user. It is not www. So we don't just track the click-through. We also track the attribution that link was created by this account, requested by this account from this post. And so, and there's also, when you send that link to a destination, there's an encrypted code that goes with that. This is level 2 stuff, but like you can save that, and then you can tie the attribution back from the registration form. So if you're a brand and you have a bunch of influencers and they're all driving to the same registration form, you can capture this code that it's an encrypted code. And then with us, we can unlock that code after, and you can know 40% of those registrations came from Doc, 40% came from Stephanie, 20% came from Jeff, and 0 came from this other person, right? And so that's an important kind of thing that you can track. So there's a lot more kind of data points with ours as well.
Dude, I'm gonna show you something, guys, because I just want you to see how simple this is. All right, so this is my setup. We're gonna do the campaign management. And let's just say I have an affiliate thing that I'm working on right now that's gonna just make me a little bit of cake, right? So what I want to do is keep this simple. So I can say I need a unique hashtag. So I'm gonna do hashtag shop, right? And then in my link, all I'm gonna do is I have text expander. That's amazon.com/shop/DocRock. And all I can do is start campaign. So when I go live in Insta, right? Or I make a post in Insta and I says, hey, I just copped the brand new Fuji X106, and I did. And I want someone to buy it. I can have this be the first camera on my link, right? And then I can say, just go to any of my Instagram posts and put hashtag shop, and it's going to send you the link directly to that. Or, maybe I'm slanging tail airs, right? I can just go in real quick and be like, just type, that's really weird, hashtag tail on my post. Hey, girl. And you'll get the link directly. I want you to enter the contest to give away some. Bam. Just type in Richie Rich, whatever. And it's that quick. So this is active. If anybody, don't leave now, but if you go pull out your phone, if you watch on your computer, go to any of my posts and you type in hashtag shop, it's going to take, because it's not triggered yet, it's literally going to take maybe like a minute or two, but you will get a DM from me saying, here's the link to my Amazon shop. That's simple. Like, that's simple.
Boom.
Right.
I mean, can you get easier? Send me that.
Yeah.
You know what I'll say too is, this is even just for Amazon influencers, or for those of us as content creators, you're probably in the Amazon influencer program. I've always said this, I can't compete with A-listers like the David Utek Pias that are like going live all day nonstop and the Scott Ayers. I will never show up on the Amazon Live homepage with these bigger influencers. However, I do know that my Instagram audience is engaged with me on there. And so I could bypass them and then just directly have people go to my shop where it's like, here's my desktop, or here's my mobile setup, or here's my travel setup. And then as soon as I did that, that was like back in October, like right before Black Friday, I was like, oh, this works. I was like, I need to do more of this. And then now, in the sense that, with Ecamm, you can have your ISO recordings and whatnot. I'll do an unboxing on Ecamm with Instagram Live and Stampede Social, go live also on Amazon, repurpose that content. Now I've generated revenue. I have different individual streams. If that product, and let's be honest, Ozbot is available on TikTok Shop, right? I could take that same feed and then put it on TikTok Shop, and then I've created so much content, so many different streams of revenue just from that single live stream.
Mm-hmm. Yo, you see that?
Amazing.
Like, it's crazy, like how this works. No, Paul. No, just no. Listen, like, you think about this, because I'm always telling my guys, listen, man, we got to get 22 streams of income, 22 streams, right? So you take all of your affiliate stuff and you put it on a single page that someone can get to. And then when you're doing your streams or your posts, you can just throw in a little thing at the end, like, hey, if you like this in any way, shape, or form, you want to find a way to support the channel, just type in hashtag support or whatever your thing is. And it will send them an email with the list of all of the stuff that you do. You just did two things. You acquired a name for your email list, and you just sent them the secret squirrels to all of your affiliate joints with your discounts and your extra long trials and so forth, so on, et cetera. So when people come up to you and be like, I always do, I got to fix this now, see, because it does only work on the G for right now, on the gram. But it's worth sending because I tell people now, what do you buy this? I need this. It's in my kit, DocRock.live/kit. I will tell them,
Yeah.
go to my Instagram page, pick any post, #kit, and then send them there, right? Because now I have
Yep.
better tracking. And most people, it's an easy jump. They can do that. It's not a super lot. People are like, I don't want to make people have to do an extra step. That extra step is actually more beneficial for you. So you can make that excuse, so you can just do it. Because I think it would be better. And they might even follow you on the gram. So, is
Yeah.
what it is. Dang, Jeff just out here breaking things. I like it. Making it work. Steph, you want to show them a little bit of your digital confetti action?
I will. Yeah, here, let me bring this over here for a little bit. So for those of you who don't know, Digital Confetti is pretty much my membership. And I am known for taking a single live stream and turning it into 94 pieces of content, because that content I want to help you create additional revenue streams. And so if you take a look inside, we have monthly hot seats. This is you coming to the table and saying, hey, Stephanie, I'm going to CES. How do I connect with certain people? Like, there's literally one of my clients where I was like, this is your game plan. You are never going to have breakfast, lunch, or dinner by yourself. Like, map out where it is that you need to go, what it is that you got to do. And so everyone walks away as if they actually have like a fractional CMO in the back of their pocket, right? It's like, you tap me, you ask me questions, and I'll give you everything that it is that I have to offer you. So you have access to the community. You have content creation apps where I'm walking you through certain things on how I'm using it. I obviously show the crew how I use Stampede Social. I have a swipe the script fault, which is like, this is how I'm creating copy. And there's things that are already in there. So for those of you in Ecamm family, you know already how to get started with live streaming. But for those that don't, that's in there for you too. But there's things in here like how to generate leads with social media polls. So kind of like what we were saying, I have like I'll do these Instagram stories and I'll say, if you're interested in learning, comment this. And then that ties back over into Stampede Social. So there's certain scripts that I use to get people to engage with me. But there are courses in there as well. So how I use Ecamm on Instagram is very different from most people's. I think when most people started to get access for Instagram on desktop, they're figuring it out. I've already figured it out. Right? So literally, I've already figured out how to use it as an Amazon live influencer. I figured it out how to use it as an entrepreneur in promoting your courses, your workshops, your webinars, your speaking engagements and such. And so we've had a lot of those. I teach you literally how to repurpose your videos. You get access to the video script maker. I mean, really, there's so much in here for you. I even have like my Notion template as far as building out your marketing strategy template. And one of my favorite members in the group, Michelle Williams, she's putting on her own workshop. She's like, Stephanie, I'm working through your Notion template of how I'm planning out this campaign. And so everything is like, it's more than just live streaming, right? It's how do you create content at the top of your funnel to generate awareness? What kind of content should you get to get people really into the middle of your funnel? Like, how do they start using Stampede Social? And then the bottom of the funnel is really starting to convert them. And so it's really nice as far as like, if you're looking for someone that can coach you along the way and really kick you in the butt and get you along that, then that's what Digital Confetti is really all about.
Man, listen, here's the thing. Here's the thing. If you really just think about this for 1 second, these tools come out and then people get stuck in how am I going to use it, what I'm going to use it for, this kind of thing. I think this one is somewhat of a no-brainer because it allows you to use the gram for something more than just picture storage or video storage. One of the most common mistakes with the gram for business owners is they're using the gram for picture storage and for video storage. I have a friend here who's an amazing creator. She makes basically floral arrangements for weddings. Hawaii is a very large wedding destination.
Yeah.
I see her photos on the gram and they look like it was taken by the the set designer for Mark the Stewart TV show back in the day. Like
Really?
every picture is just beautiful and it's all nice and it's colorway, the flowers right, the muesli bowl with the blueberries and crap is on top and it's just amazing. And you read the descriptions and they're cute ladies' home journal descriptions. I'm like, do you get customers from this? And she goes, yeah, not really, because I don't know, Instagram, it sucks for getting, because you ain't told me how to buy nothing. Ain't nothing to say,
Exactly.
let me design your wedding or let me do your kids' first birthdays are huge in Hawaii. It's an Asian
Hmm.
thing, your 100 days and then your first birthday, because, back in the old country, kids didn't last that long. So they're very, very, not to be glib, is what it is, right? It's very
Yeah.
big deal here. People will spend $20,000, $30,000 on a kid's first birthday, but like her posts are cute for
Wow.
nothing. Like cute
Yeah.
for nothing. I mean, I worked in a nightclub, so I can give you a whole story on that. But I was like, fam, you have zero call to action. There is no way anybody knows that you're just not showing off your ability to use a Sony. And
Hmm.
even then, you can make money teaching people how to take pictures this good. And it's like, yeah. So, thank you.
You know what I will say about Stampede Social? What makes it really cool as a social media marketer, right? And Jeff hasn't talked about this yet, but there is a feature in there where you could put like a profile of your competitor or just someone that you look up to as far as like content inspiration. Doc, I think you would actually love this. So I put in like Zaylee because I love Zaylee, and then it actually exported this report and it says like this is the content themes that Zaylee has been talking about. This is her vibe. These are all these different things, and I was like, oh wow, this is really like her editorial calendar in that sense. And so for me, as a social media marketer, as a strategist, I was like, this is actually really cool if you wanted to create an audit for your clients. Now, for those of you that know me, the average social media audit that I charge clients is anywhere from 3 to 5 grand. I'm gonna pause there. Is 3 to 5 grand because I'm looking at every single one of their social media channels and their competitors to say, this is what your competitors are doing. Are they using Instagram Live? Are they doing carousels or this or that? But if you could actually break it down to say, these are their content themes, I mean, Stampede Social will do that for you. Jeff doesn't talk about it very much, but these days, like when people ask for an audit, I'm like, oh, here I go. And then I'll just show it to them. They're like, wow. And I was like, thank you.
Oh my God, that is so good. Just being able to
There
stick
you
your,
go.
I mean, understanding what your
I don't
competitors
talk
doing.
about it because I don't want to put Stephanie out of business. Doc, there was a question about UGC.
Yes, that's right.
tracking in
I did James's question. James says
So
the UGC campaign trackers is that 1, 3, or 5 simultaneously. What does it do specifically? I did not sound like James at all.
sure. So they can run simultaneously. Yes. It's a campaign. It's not a listening. It's not a generic listening tool. It's a campaign UGC tracker. So what that means is, if the Ecamm Live is having an in-person thing, and they say #live tag Ecamm, right, or your Instagram, it's a combination of the hashtag and tagging the account, and that'll all pull into the dashboard. And then so you'll have a full database of all the people that entered, a visual database, and you can reply to them through our interface. We can't automate against someone else's timeline, but it can pull it all in. So Podfest uses this. So if you were at Podfest and you use #Podfest24 and you tag Podfest Expo, it pulls into their dashboard so they can see all the user-generated content from the conference, for example.
That's cool.
See, that's good because then you have a way of getting your users to activate, but then you can also like send them something or collaborate with them or just reach out and touch.
Surprise and delight. Yeah.
I cannot tell you how dope it is. I was doing something the other day, and I've been doing this forever. Okay, this is not new to me, but I was doing something the other day, and I sent a message. I was talking about the pre-order day for the new Fuji, and Fuji tags me and hits me back and be like, "Hey man, thank you for the blah, blah, blah." What? Say what? Like, don't tell Sony I'm cheating, but what? And then they answer back, and that's like it's kind of it still feels good, even though I've been a creator for quite a long time. That shouldn't shouldn't like warm up the cockles, but it does.
That's it's amazing. So AI is the thing. So what Stephanie was talking about with the AI competitive report, Stampede also does a good job of kind of using technology and AI together. So we are able to, like you said, like Stephanie said, with AI, read the captions from a different Instagram account and then provide you with a report, which is generated by artificial intelligence. And then there's another thing that you can do. So, for example, if you want to share my screen for a second.
Bingo.
So when you Another thing that's really important as a creator is, everyone's always like, you have to stay on top of, you see how it says 5 comments here. So you have to stay on top of comments as they come in. So what Stampede Social does is you can dive in and we pull your stats for you right here. Now, I know that doesn't seem like the sexiest thing in the world, but to me, I do think it's one of the more useful thing, because a lot of being successful on any platform is kind of knowing how things are performing. And a lot of times we ignore these things because you have to go 3 levels deep in an app and run a report or, that kind of thing. So Stampede Social does give you, from the time you connect with Stampede Social, a Instagram post real stats report that normally you'd have to pay one of those big companies for, and that's included in our report section. But you can dive in individually to any post and you can see how that particular post is doing. You can see have 2 things of AI working here. I have my AI comment tool set up to be a wise comedian. What that means is when somebody says, this is a fantastic guest, I can hit AI help, and the AI is going to create a response to this comment. But what it's also doing is, you see, it talks about state's identity because the post is about movies in Connecticut and Connecticut on the big screen. But you notice the comment just said, she's a fantastic guest. So what's happening is the AI is reading the caption, looking at the comment, putting it in context to the caption, and then creating a response using your tone and theme that you can then use, or you can edit all you want, and you can hit send reply. So it's a fun way to do that. We have some AI tools that has an AI post comment analysis report. So Doc was doing something with Ozbot the other day, and people were saying a lot of nice things. And so I sent him the report. I said, look, it analyzes the comments for that particular post for you. So you have 100 comments that are coming in, you're having a particular conversation, it'll analyze all that for you. And so that's another kind of cool thing that you can do. Doc showed you this earlier, but this is the AI voice and tone generator. There's actually like 50 options in each dropdown, which can be a little overwhelming, but if you click on this download your report, it'll actually read your captions and then give you a report back of where we think you should start. And because it'll tell you what your tone and theme are of the captions that you currently are doing. So that's interesting there. Competitors, this is what Stephanie was talking about earlier. The other kind of cool thing is this QR code that gets generated. This is where we're kind of, there's like details and details under details. But when I spoke at like Podfest, I used this QR code. I had a hashtag slides set up as a campaign. And so when at the end of my speech, I had people actually scan the QR code. It opened up my Instagram DM. They DM'd me. And so the benefit of that, if you're a coach out there or you speak and you're selling something from stage, is that you now know exactly who in the audience engaged with you, and you have basically a lead list. Well, not basically. You have a lead list generated from that audience. They don't even have to click on the link because they're in their DMs and they're in your report, and then you can follow up with them after the show. So this is where you track user-generated content. What?
Doc, remember how I had the LED backpack over at Creator Camp?
Yes.
So then I had my little QR code here. And so when people would stop me at most recent events, I was just like, here, just DM hashtag bag. And then it would take them to the LED backpack and then they would grab it. So walking billboard.
Yeah, see, isn't that crazy? Like, it's so good. And I put the QR code in all of my slides because people always say, are you going to be able to get the slides after this? And I'm just like, don't interrupt what I'm saying to ask me a question like that. So I just put it on every slide, let them figure it out. And everybody figured it out.
Love it.
It's awesome. And then on the reporting slide, your top line Instagram stats, all the raw data is available here as well. It tells you who your top fans are, but there's a full top fans report, how your auto DM campaigns are doing. It's all right there. So it's meant to kind of give you an overall kind of,
where you stand,
to encourage you and can keep you going and just make all aspects of life easier. And here's the other kind of cool thing is you can add someone else to your account and give them access to your Stampede social account, and without giving them your Instagram credentials. So they can go in and they can they can reply, or they can have a read only and just look and download reports or anything like that. But so if you're an agency or a brand, or you work with someone else, you can let them manage some of the pieces as well.
Yeah,
this is super cool.
I think that's a great way to, especially if you are doing any live shopping segments, or kind of like what I said before, like the Amazon live unboxing. You could have someone in your team. Like I see OQQ do this all the time on TikTok, where they'll say like, hey, we need you to comment this. And then if so many people comment this, then we'll give you free shipping or whatever it is. So be mindful of all the different things that you could do when you have moderators in the audience, right? And having the AI functionality where your comments or your replies back aren't super generic, like thanks for watching, but like really answering their question and trying to build rapport with them is a lot more meaningful when you're building your community. And we all know that Ecamm is also community led as well.
Well, you just made me think of something, because like, you know, as a person who's been working on growing their list, like maybe I don't have a product or something to give away. I'm just doing a demo on something that just came in the mail. I'm just open to doing an unboxing, but I could always remind them to, like, if you're really enjoying this, type such and such in the chat. They're gonna get a DM that basically says, hey, thank you for coming to the stream today. Thank you for interacting. If you don't ever want to miss out on any of these streams, click this link and you'll be notified. Right? You're adding them to your email list. So you're growing your email list while you're doing your thing, but you're not stopping every 5 seconds to say, hey, you know, you want to join my fan club type of thing. It just comes in, right? And I think there's so many easy ways to crack this nut, and it allows you to sell without being salesy. And I have so much pin up anger about people that are like super anti-sales. I'm like, dude, you do not own anything that you did not get sold. That person that's on the other side of your house sold you on how good it would be to be with them for the rest of your life or whatever you're doing, right? Like that misconception of, I just don't like sales, nothing. You would be naked. You have no food, no car, no house, no nothing. You got sold everything, ding dong. That's how it works. But people just have this weird knee-jerk reaction. And so to me, you know, I try to tell my people, sales is similar to dating. It's irritating unless the person's cute and, you know, vibes with you. That means that whatever the person tried to sell you that you didn't like, they didn't hit you at a brand, a value proposition or brand proposition that matched what you were looking for at the time. That's all. So those sales are like noise. So what you want to do, or what we're told as entrepreneurs, is not to be salesy. You know something? Think about this. All of the people that are like really salesy though, they're rich. All of the people that try to do it the way that we all try to do it, because we've been told by some other person, you know why they tell us that being salesy sucks? It's so that you don't sell against them.
Very true.
Because the more money you have in your pocket, the more chance you have to buy their useless cream that's supposed to make you 30 years younger. You know the only way to look 30 years younger? Don't get old. That's impossible. Stop rubbing crap on your face. Anyway, or be born like Filipino and then you're good. Stephanie's 65. You guys don't even know it. So listen, I was just messing around while Jeff was talking. And so Rich did what Rich does. Rich tests out everything, which is why I love my brother. He comes in and he does a live. And then I hit the AI help. And it's funny. It goes living creator life to the fullest. It's a journey of passion and growth. Keep inspiring and creating magic. You know what? That's not dissimilar from something I would say. I would have more swear words in there talking to Rich. But I mean, at the end of the day, I told it to be a charismatic content creator. I don't know if that's foreshadowing or whatever. Actually, I didn't tell it that. It figured that out by itself because it maybe did the report. But I was actually pretty well surprised at how good that worked. And so all I have to do is hit send reply, and then that sends that reply to Rich. And Rich is going to be like, man, you did not swear one time in that, you know, or like I can respond to Liz, you know, and then just hit the AI help and let it think about it for a second. Do I have to put the cursor in there? Maybe I do. Nope. It says, oh, thank you. Creating is my passion. I don't use the word passion. I'm loving every
my jam.
moment. Yeah. It's purpose. Passions. I have, you know, ex-girlfriends. You know why? We were passionate at one point. I don't like them no more. right? Purpose is purpose. It never changes. I hate people
Right.
like, oh, think your passion. Passion changes every 15, 20 minutes. Stick with your purpose.
We tried to use the AI as a helpful additive.
It's
thing.
good. It's good.
That
Very good.
usually
It's a good
usually ends
thought,
up to be people's favorite feature. Like we
Yeah.
all talk about the automations, but usually that becomes the favorite feature because we also call it the "What do I say to the 50th fire emoji" response. Like we call
Yes.
it's like the cure for that too because it reads the caption. It can give you something, and you're meant to edit it, right? So it's
Yes.
sort of like a little ghostwriter on your shoulder to kind of just help you.
And see,
As,
and that's what I did, right? I just changed passion to purpose. Everything else is good. You know what?
Right.
It is just that good. So I can just go ahead and hit send and call it a day. So I really like what you said. It's a pancake mix. Like, do I know how to mix flour and baking soda and salt? Yeah, why? Just pour the Bisquick in the box, whip it, whip it through the glass. Love the cocoa. Just make the pancakes. Nobody has time to be like sitting there making pancakes from scratch. It's just silly. So yeah, listen, you came up with incredible stuff, and I think the thing that makes it different is I feel like a lot of times we're getting what somebody thinks creators want, but they're not necessarily creators, right?
Yeah.
I've seen apps that have to turn on a dime after they put it out because they realize what they thought they were going to make was not what creators is really about. And if you
Yeah.
listen to YouTube, IG, TikTok, and the like, they're not thinking about what creators want. They're thinking about what advertisers want. Don't let anybody lie to you. I love you, Renee. You're one of my best friends. I've known you 25 years. Your company is trying to make me sell them more ads. They hired you so they make less mistakes, right? And you're doing a fantastic job at it because finally there's a voice. But 16 years after the platform launches, they hired a creator liaison. Back that up. 16 years after they launched the platform, they hired
It
a
doesn't
creator
have the
liaison.
same impact when you're doing it yourself,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
bleeping
yeah,
yourself.
yeah, because my hands ain't fast enough right now.
It's
So
so
yeah,
funny.
you killed it, man. It's so good.
Yeah, I mean, the devil's in the details with everything that kind of it comes to the table. There was a popular social media company that posted yesterday or over the last couple of days, should Instagram put links in everywhere? And everyone's like, yeah, they should. And one, if they actually had access and used Stampede Social, that company, then they would have had access to the 600 comments and be able to analyze it and actually use the data for something of value. But alas, they won't. But it got me thinking, like, everyone loves the crutch. And it's easy to say, oh, nobody clicked on my link. It was there. It's like, how many people are clicking on your Facebook link that is there, right? It's like, what's important is to know is if they're not, right? Like people always say, there's two reactions, right, to anything. There's this is amazing. I'm sending DMs left and right, and I made sales. And then there's the other person that says, nothing's happening. This Stampede Social is not working. It's like, no, it is working. It's just telling you something that you don't want to hear at this moment, which is you have to change your messaging and stuff like that too, right? So it's also about using it to understand the pulse of what's really happening. Look at your post. Did no one react to it because it only has 10 impressions, right? It's like, it's these kind of things. And then all right, I need to start more conversations. I need to know that these are the things that are happening. And so it's not just about, automations, it's also about really kind of being able to analyze and understand where you are and how you're doing and improve. This is live A/B testing. You're never going to get anything easier than that.
That
what I will
sentiment
say?
thing does it too, right? Like I don't even know what that means. Okay, I'm going to be dead honest. Like I looked at it, I don't know what sentiment means, but it said 92%. Okay, listen. So I went, hey, I'm still straight A on this particular post. So my goal is now, without even knowing anything about it, haven't researched it, haven't looked at the docs yet, I'm trying to make more posts that get over 90% sentiment because it must be good. Like I don't even know what the hell that means.
Anything over
Yeah.
50% is good, but as long as it's not negative. So that's something we add in. That's the one stat actually that doesn't come from Instagram. We put that in there, and then we
Yeah.
had to adjust it because it assumed fire emojis were negative, and we had to train it that fire emojis were good.
There's natural language processing.
Oh my
That's for
God,
sure.
that's so good. Listen, Johnny over here putting fire emojis messing me up. You know what I'm saying? So
No, it should give you something though. That's the big test, right? Like,
Yeah.
so,
oh,
Yeah.
does this thing know that Katie's my boss? Why is there a black dot next to Katie?
so the black dot means there's some word in there. We have a very, very sensitive blacklist. Okay. So the green means the sentiment's positive, but it might mean like it gets a little crazy. Like it could say hello and it goes hell. And it should be kind of highlighted slightly. It's more just to be an indicator to you. So you see it and can make your own personal judgment whether to ignore it or not.
It don't like
so that
Ecamm
someone-
fam. You did that, Jeff.
So that, just, it's meant to like just red flag it. and
Katie's
create
calling you
some-
names again.
Katie's awesome. But it's meant to just kind of give you a little heads up just in case some things you may not want to respond to, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so cool though. I mean, come on, look, even this one. See, oh my God, check it out. What camera are you using during your interviews, right? This would be an opportunity to just tell them, hey, reply to this with shop and I'll send you the list.
Yep.
Because I just made that this morning while we were goofing off, right?
Yeah.
and
Or tell them to DM you. Yeah.
yeah. So then if they DM the word shop, it still works too?
Yeah, it works as a DM. It works as comment to a story. The benefit to commenting on stories versus the URL sticker is that it becomes a trackable event, a much deeper trackable event.
Oh, see, I love this. And I just like, honestly, Jeff, this is crazy. And I just want people to see, because last week after I posted this, I kind of disappeared a little bit, but now I get a chance to go in and in a single place answer all these
That's
people. You know what's really, really pain in the butt? This is going to seem so crazy. Trying to answer comments here is trash. Like it breaks. It doesn't always
yeah.
work. It's trash, right? Trying to answer a meaningful comment with this can also be problematic because right when I'm getting everything set up how I'm ready, hi, we got a package for you from UPS that can't be delivered.
Right.
No, you don't, dummy. Like, you spamming me. So you're giving me a nice place to answer comments. I can take my time. I can, respond, use a little AI to trigger it when I get to comment 10 and I'm bored. But, I mean, dude, some coffee and some painkillers, and I can sit there and finish this up today. So you're making my job easier.
It's real
doing
simple.
my
And what's
couple
nice
less.
about it is as you answer them, it moves it out of the active view. So if you come back later and there's new ones in there, those are the only ones you see.
See, that is actually, you're right, because I answered Rich and Rich went away.
Yep.
How do you make Rich go away for real?
It's still there. It's just hidden. It's because it's all database. So it's an all searchable database.
Oh yeah, so you can say include hidden, and then it will come back maybe. Rick's gonna give me crap. I better stop messing with him. But yeah, this look, man. Look, you did the work, and this is absolutely incredible. All right, see, I'm joking, Rich. I knew it. How do people find out more? Like, let's call to action this baby right now. What is the Ecamm fam special perk thingy, Paul?
Ecamm fam can go to stampede.social. There's a plans and pricing page. If you put Ecamm 30, Ecamm 30, you get 30% off any plan you want. It's courtesy of Stephanie.
Listen, this is so good. Like, here's what I found myself doing recently. Actually, Katie and I were talking about this earlier today. And I know you guys' sentiment. I understand you guys. I've been talking to you guys for 3 years solid. Oh my God, this is going to cost me something else. All right, cool. This is the moment where you take an audit and you look at what you really do and then turn something else off then, right? And that's the way the nature works. Jeff came out with something doper than whatever you was using before. So that thing gets it right in the foot, which is the reason why passions, such and such is my passion. Minichat was my passion. So when it comes time to like, hey, I want to get this, but I got Minichat, F Minichat. Sorry, Jeff can't say that. I can. Just move on. Just give them the, hey, your days are numbered. I'm going to switch to this and just try it. You know what I mean? You got trial time. You can, play around. You can see what's going on. Like, I think that people go into this instant thing of like, oh, I can't. I'm trying to figure out how can I. Like, I really don't want to. Hey, somebody's dog. Hey, dog.
That was mine. You heard?
I can hear everything.
Yeah.
I'm not that old yet, Stephanie. I'm not.
Had like a little bell on his collar.
Yeah, that was her.
I was like,
She,
I'm
like, ran
hoping
across
that
the room.
If you put that bell on Emma, that's a whole different problem.
And then anyone can email me, jeff@stampede.social. If you have any questions or anything like that.
Or just ideas.
Yeah.
Just ideas, we can do a follow-up where we just dive in after minimum 500 people for a free masterclass. No, I'm just
There you go. There you go. I was waiting for it.
First 500 in, get into the masterclass.
Man,
free.
listen, this is so helpful. Like, I really just, you have made me today think of some things I hadn't thought about. I was thinking about the post-level giveaway stuff, right? I was thinking about, driving people to the mail list, but there's just other ways that you can use this. And, simple questions, FAQ, you have a service that, you got to send the FAQ out all the time. You can even set yourself up to book appointment directly from your thing because you want to do a conversion. Businesses are afraid of social because they don't know how to convert. And I'm going to tell you guys the honest to God truth. The reason why everyone says, all right, how come in YouTube I can't click the link in a video? Like, is it possible that YouTube could make it so that when a link shows up on the page, that would be clickable? Listen, I used to say that would be very difficult. But in today's age of text recognition and AI, they could easily implement that. But implementing that would shoot their ad sales in the foot. The reason why IG doesn't have links the way you want them to have links is if they put the links in the post, you'd never have to buy an Instagram ad. It will shoot the Instagram ads in the foot. They make billions of dollars on their ads. You don't believe me? Go to your top feed right now in IG and go to the third post. It ain't nobody you know. Not nay, as we say in English, not nay one of them. You go to your Instagram feed, look at the top. The third post is nobody you know whatsoever. If you go to your feed and you scroll, the fifth or eighth post is nobody you know.
Yeah.
Right? Is it an ad for a game or some never going to buy or never going to use?
It's a random thing. Yeah.
Always. So trust you me, that's why those links don't exist, people. And it's not because the technology doesn't there. Technology for links been around since Jesus walked in Nazareth. It's going to bother their bottom line. So this is your opportunity to be in control of your own bottom line. If nothing else, to me, besides your sales conversions and call to actions, the intel. The reason why we were so good in the Army was we were really good at intel. We knew what folks was doing. That intel is how you win campaigns. It's not just I have more muscle or whatever. The intel is good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
that's what Doc and I bonded on when we were both at Podfest. Doc was like, did I go out for a second? Doc was like, Instagram is like a treasure trove of data that everyone ignores. And I'm like, that's what I'm talking about too. And like,
oh my God, it is though.
Instant BFFs. Instant BFFs.
It is 100%. No, I think you were just like, hey, I set this up in 10 seconds. This is crazy. I was really loud and like Jeff's on the stage like, Doc, shut up. I'm sorry, Jeff. I was floored at how easy it is, fam. So yes, please go and check out Stampede Social. You guys don't know it or not, but you guys are gonna see Jeff a lot. We're gonna do the same thing to Jeff we did to Eden. We just kidnapped her into the Ecamm fam, and now she's here. Now we can't get rid of her. So if nothing else, you get to watch Jeff's comedy specials live in Ecamm. And anybody that lives in Connecticut, make sure you check out his show. It's good. I really liked the last episode with Ileana. That was really good.
That's really good. She was great.
Mommy says I've never utilized IG yet to max out its potential. Nobody, including what's his name, Maseri. Nobody has even Maseri has not maxed out IG to its potential. I really wanted to take that play. I want to take that away from you, Ading. You can't. Nobody can. But what you can do is make it work the best for you. And that thought process of I have to max it out is what makes us afraid to do it. Because if you're anything like us and you grew up as a small Filipino woman, you want to always do your best. And so you feel that you have to go 100%. If you did 10% on IG and it grew your business 150%, does it really matter that you didn't do 99%? You know what I'm saying? Like, please don't do that to yourself. All right. Mahal kita. There you go. Why are you
So
laughing,
much math.
Stephanie?
I love
Much
it.
math at the very end.
No, that's how you do it. Okay, gang. We're going to wrap it up before I start having more Filipino philosophical
Filipino talk show.
philosophical conversations with my ading. Anyway,
Very true.
you guys rock, man. Stephanie, how does everybody find you? As if they just don't look under anything with the Ecamm logo. Stephanie is like, "Sup, fool?"
You could just Google me, honestly. The best place to find me is you can obviously find me on Instagram. Hook up with me there. LinkedIn is also a really good place. Let me know what it is that you're interested in doing, because honestly, if you're not tapping into Instagram Live, you're really missing out on a huge opportunity. Some people are still trying to do Instagram Live, but because you're also Ecamm fam, there's so many different things that you could do with different scenes. I'll tell you exactly what it is that I do. I have like my profile set up that works very well with Instagram to keep them engaged. So just hit me up.
Yeah, definitely Instagram Live with IG and Instagram Live with Ecamm. Absolute blessing. Please don't sleep on it. There's your opportunity. Everybody says, I can't wait till I get Instagram Live. I can't wait. They turned it on and nobody goes live. I see me, Stephanie, Nikki, Mary Lou. James and Keith. Of the Ecamm fam, those are the only people I see on IG Live. We was already there. So come on, people. You asked for it. They gave
I've
it
gone
to
live
you.
on IG Live. It's
Oh
hard,
yeah,
though.
you have.
They don't make it easy. And I got to tell you, I accidentally once closed the tab by accident. And then I went back to the Instagram tab, right? And like, I couldn't close out the live. I had to wait till just the show's over.
times
And
out.
I'm just like waiting for it to time out. And
The
like,
timeout is long too.
yeah.
Yes,
It's
you got to be very, very true. Got to be very true. All right, Jeff, and how does anybody find you outside of Stampede Social? What else you want them to know?
Stampede.social. If you need to email me, Jeff@StampedeSocial. If you want to check out my website, the easiest domain is jeffisfunny.com. That's my podcast, Classic Conversations, where I talk to, if you grew up in TV watching this from the 60s, 70s, early 80s, you will love my podcast.
Yes, you got me today with a good one, bro. Trust me. All right, Ecamm fam, you know what it is. The painkillers are wearing off, so I'm going to take my butt upstairs and put some ice on this knee before I go to PT. I have PT in a little bit. I'm going to be crying like a little girl later today.
You'll be good.
So, guys,
Get
you
well
guys are
soon, Doc.
absolute
We
rock stars.
appreciate
Thank
you
you, Jeff.
hanging with us.
Thank you.
We'll see you.
Are you doing? What's your next show, Jeff? Where are you going after this podcast movement?
I'm not sure where I'm going to
Evolutions.
be just yet. I might not be at that one. I might head to the one in DC. So I'm not sure exactly. I got some speaking gigs. Well, I think we're doing this and then Agora Pulse. I'm speaking at that one. And
Oh,
then,
so you had a girl post then.
Yeah.
I'm speaking there too.
Oh, I'm speaking there twice. How many times are you talking?
Only once, because I'm not Jeff. Come on, my social hasn't stampeded yet.
It's like I was treating you like my brother. Like, Grandma gave me $10. Really? You only got $10? I got 20.
Mom. All right, guys. Man, you guys rock. Make sure you check out Stampede Social. If you have any questions, comments, feedback, you know what to do. Drop them down below. If anything did not go to your liking for this particular show, complain to Paul@paulduncan.me. That would be the answer. All right, gang. Absolutely love you. Let's go.
Coming straight out of Ecamm.